What's going on, everyone? Lincolnshire64 here, and I've been having even more fun with Splatoon 2 since the last video I made on Splatoon 2. Link to the card up here if you want to check that out. But this is basically, this video is a continuation of that video. Again, card. But, as where the first video I made was in like initial impressions of Splatoon 2, this is more of like my final impressions since I've, you know, had a bit more chance to have some more time with the game and really had a chance to just fully experience it. So there's no spoilers, even though I did finish the single player campaign, so don't worry about that. But anyways, guys, let's get right into it. So first of all, since the last time, the last video I made, I leveled up. I think I'm at like level 11 or 12 now, so I've had a little bit of chance to play the ranked battle modes. And, well, honestly, there's not much to say here. It's largely the same as Splatoon 1, except that now, for each of the 3 individual types of ranked battles, Tower Control, Splat Zones, and Rainmaker, you get a separate rank for each one of those, instead of, whereas in Splatoon 1, you just had an overall rank, for whatever ranked battle mode you play, that you would rank up regardless. You would have a ranked battle mode, you would have a rank that would just kind of be between all 3 of them, whereas with this, you might be C- in Splat Zones, but you might be C+ in Tower Control. So I like this change. It shows that you, like, if you're not so good at Splat Zones, but you're really good at Rainmaker, then you can show that off now. And I think that that's a really cool addition. But other than that, the ranked battle is largely the same. I like how the maps, they rotate once every 2 hours instead of once every 4 hours, as it was in Splatoon 1. That's nice. So yeah, overall, just the online, the regular mode in general, even though it's largely the same as Splatoon 1, it's still, again, it's still largely the same as Splatoon 1. It's still that goofy, inky fun that is just the regular Splatoon online. Salmon Run! Wow, okay, since the last video I've made, I've actually played this quite a bit more, and I'll be honest, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Originally, I wasn't, like, super thrilled by the game itself, but after playing it for a while, I'm kind of hooked. Like, it's really a cool cooperative mode that really relies a lot more on teamwork than I thought it did in the first place, because there are certain weapons that will take out these salmonid bosses out easier than other weapons do. And so you kind of have to pair up each person with each boss in order to really maximize your effort. And besides that, this mode is relentless. Like, depending on, obviously, on the difficulty level that you're doing, once you get past, like, the very first level, which is Apprentice, and you get to Part-Timer, it starts to get pretty tough. Like, there are some genuinely hard battles, and they don't stop coming at you at any point. I also like how in this mode there only seem to be like a few maps, but those maps change really often with like how like the tide will rise up and down in between rounds, or there will be fog, or it'll be dark, and there will be like these zombie salmonids that come and attack, that lock onto a single target. It's really cool that the way that each stage evolves as you play it. So, Salmon Run, it's a lot more fun than I initially took it for granted for. I also like how it really rewards you if you play it for a long time. It's a fantastic way to get like food tickets, and money, obviously, and clothes. I have already gotten like a 4-slot piece of clothing from Salmon Run so far, which is pretty dang awesome. Now, the one thing that's really stupid about this, that I think they will fix eventually, is that Salmon Run is only available at certain times. Like, it's on a specific schedule. And if you go up to those Salmon Run gates and the gates are closed, well, I'm sorry, there's no way that you're going to be playing Salmon Run at least for a little while, which is incredibly dumb, although understandable. I'm betting you that Nintendo, they want to focus more on the regular online modes, and have more people kind of be directed towards that. And then once more people get the game, and there are more people there are enough people that would be able to fill both games, Salmon Run and regular online, then they'll probably open it up just permanently. for the entire time. And that'll be great because Salmon Run is a really awesome mode. Finally, the single-player campaign. Alright, so I said in my last video that I thought that the single-player campaign in Splatoon 2 doesn't really do much to add on to the original one. And, well, I think I kind of feel the same way, except that I really do appreciate that you can use all the types of weapons in Splatoon 2's Octo Canyon, I think it's called. Octo Valley, one of the two. But anyway, if you want to use a Splatling, or a Charger, or an Octo Brush, or an Umbrella, you can use Umbrella in this mode. You can totally do that, instead of just the splatter shot like in Splatoon 1. And I really appreciate that, because you can really play according to your own style. What I don't like is that, again, no spoilers, I don't consider this a spoiler, but in the final boss fight, you're stuck with using a splatter shot. You can't use any other weapon, which is kind of dumb. Speaking of the final boss, again, no spoilers, don't worry. But I did think that the final boss was slightly disappointing. The final boss from Splatoon 1 was absolutely epic. It was like a 15-20 minute battle, I kid you not. And this was, well, it just kind of felt like any other boss, save like a few parts. A few parts of the boss battle felt kind of out of the ordinary. It felt kind of a little bit better, but most of the time it just felt like a regular boss. And, well, it was a little bit underwhelming. But like I said, I don't know. I feel like this single-player campaign in Splatoon 2 doesn't do much to add on, doesn't bring much to the table besides what Splatoon 1 single-player campaign had, other than that, you know, customizability of weapons. It feels very linear, which isn't a bad thing, but I mean, it feels like linear games are not always necessarily a bad thing. Definitely not. There are plenty of linear games out there. But I don't know, after a while, the linearity of Splatoon 2, I don't know, it gets old after a little while, I think. Like, the mechanics are fun enough to the point where it kind of makes you want to go forward. But I don't know, I found myself getting kind of bored after playing Splatoon 2's single-player campaign for like an hour at a time. It got a little bit boring, I'm not gonna lie. So, if that's what you're getting the game for, the single-player content, oh yeah, and it's kind of short, obviously. That's not necessarily bad either, but if that's what you're getting it for, you might want to pass, because it is primarily the online that really excels. So, just so you know. Well, anyways, guys, what do you think? Did you pick up Splatoon 2 recently, and do your opinions match with mine, or do you have any differing opinions? Do you think the single-player campaign is great? Do you not like Salmon Run? Just let me know. I love talking to you guys. It's a lot of fun. And hey, if you're new to the channel, I'm Link264. I talk about everything Nintendo, and you can subscribe to my channel up here and check out my latest video up here. Anyways, guys, while you're here, if you liked the video, would you mind commenting, liking, sharing, all that good stuff? Really helps grow the channel, and you don't even know how much I appreciate it. Anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one.